Tune into Monday Night Raw to see how I ruin wrestling.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another one of my YAP sessions. I have no idea how long this will be, but I thought I should speak my opinions on WrestleMania 41. Because I do think the show was super important for wrestling, and especially WWE, but not all for the right reasons. I'm gonna kinda go over my general thoughts on each match, and then at the end give my overall opinion. Also, I'm making this video assuming you've either already seen WrestleMania 41 or just don't care about spoilers. Don't say I didn't warn you. So, let's start, huh? The first match of the night was Jey Uso vs Gunther, and I do think that the build-up to this match was fine, though it started to get really good towards the end. So how did the match go in general? It was okay. A little weird, and they made Gunther feel pretty weak. I mean, they had him tap out pretty much as soon as Jey used his own sleeper hold against him. Maybe they plan on making Gunther a bit more of a pathetic cheater type of heel in the future? I don't know, but I feel like this match could have been a little bit better. I quite like Gunther, and I'm okay with Jey. I don't love him as much as other people, but I don't hate him as much as others either. There's other Bloodline wrestlers I prefer in the WWE currently that I drastically prefer to Jey. The next match of night one was the New Day versus the War Raiders. And I will say off the bat, I do love the New Day, and their heel turn has been pretty successful. The War Raiders, though, I'm a little lukewarm on, and I think this match had some cool moments, but I feel like this could have easily been saved for an episode of Raw. Like, it was good, but I don't think it was Mania status, if that makes sense. Not to say that there hasn't been any great tag matches in WrestleMania history, quite the opposite, but this just wasn't it. I'm glad the New Day won, though. After that, we got Jade Cargill versus Naomi, and this match just kind of felt like filler to me. Like, I think both of these women are great, but again, I think it's just a little lackluster. I think it's great that they're getting their time to shine, but it could have been better. Maybe if it was like a street fight match or something, I would have been down. But as is, this is a match I would have chosen to go to the bathroom or grab some food instead of watching. Now we get a match that I think is genuinely great. LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. I really like both these wrestlers, not gonna lie. LA Knight was one of the reasons I got back into watching WWE after the drought years of 2016 to 2020. Jacob Fatu is also one of my favorite Bloodline related wrestlers at the moment. He's just very vicious and crazy, and I love his style. We got a lot of cool spots, especially the one where Fatu moonsaulted and LA Knight grabbed him into a BFT. Seriously, it was a great spot, and this might be the first match of WrestleMania that I think was actually Mania status in my opinion. Also, glad Fatu won. I think LA Knight and him will have a classic rivalry for the ages, if that's what they go with. Next up, we actually got another really great match. We have Rey Fenix versus El Grande Americano. First off, I want to establish that I'm glad Penta and Rey Fenix got out of AEW. It just seems like that promotion wasn't working with them. Though, to be honest, nobody in that promotion is going to get any sort of promotion if your name doesn't rhyme with Gon Boxley. But this match was phenomenal. Classic high-flying luchador wrestling that I've always had a soft spot for. There's at least 50 great moments in this match, so I can't name them all here. But I will say, I'm genuinely surprised that El Grande Americano won. If only we knew who he was. And then we go on to Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. And man, this match right here, this was like a genuinely great match. Tiffany especially had such a great entrance, and I really dig her gimmick. I like to describe her as if Barbie had hands, and I'm glad that she's really playing into it. This match just felt so brutal, like it could have broken out into a real fight at any moment. Not gonna lie, this could be a future classic of women's wrestling, but that's for time to tell. I'm glad Tiffany got the win though, she's phenomenal and definitely deserves it. And here's where we get to the main event of night one. CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins. First off, I want to fully disclose that I love CM Punk. He is legitimately one of my top 5 wrestlers of all time. So, when I saw that he was going to be main eventing night 1, I was super hyped. Mind you, I think the build-up for this match is honestly the best one, even in comparison to Cena versus Cody. It helps that Punk is going up against 2 living legends that are Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, though I guess everyone's a legend in this match at this point. They all have incredible entrances, but man, I'll be honest, my favorite is Punk's, and that's purely based on nostalgia bias. I'll be real, I felt a growing warmth inside me as I saw that package where he gives his classic "My Addiction is Wrestling" promo with "This Fire" by Killswitch Engage. It's just a lot, man. I can't even blame myself for liking it. Now, was the match good though? I mean, look, it was a 10 out of 10. Maybe even the best match of the whole Mania. Maybe. Everyone was doing some of their best work ever and it was wild. The storyline was phenomenal, the emotions were raw, and Paul Heyman stabbing that back into Punk and Roman, metaphorically, was the chef's kiss. Did I predict Heyman would betray them? Yeah, I did, but it still stung in how they did it. Overall, night one was fine. There were a couple matches I think could have been cut and nobody would have complained. but also some genuinely great matches too. But how was night 2? Well, let's find out. The first match for night 2 was Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair. This match is incredible. To be fair, these are probably 3 of the best women currently in the WWE, if not of all current wrestling. They all had great entrances, and I especially love Belair's rose robe. It's a nice touch. And Rhea's gear was just badass. To be honest, this match could have easily been a main event. It's so damn clean, and everyone was wrestling their asses off. It's an easy future classic. Also, did you know that Io basically broke the losing streak that a lot of Japanese wrestlers had in WWE? Yeah, I'm glad she won. She genuinely deserves it. Next up, we have Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre in a street fight. And I think both these guys are just phenomenal. And this is another great match in their catalog too. It's just brutal. Like, we got 2 table drops, we got a DDT onto the steel chair, and Drew doing a Claymore into a steel chair. It's just phenomenal. I'm just so glad Drew won. He's on such a damn roll. Please, I want him to keep this title for a while. I want Drew to be a menace. Then we get the Fatal 4-Way between Penta, Braun Breaker, Finn Balor, and Dominic Mysterio. This was another banger match. Everyone elevated this match beyond what I expected it to be. Kinda wish Penta won though, but I completely understand why Dom got this one. I hope he goes on to be champ for a while. And then we get the Randy Orton secret opponent. And while it was brief, this segment was really fun. I don't think anyone expected Joe Henry to show up, myself included, but I'm so glad he did. This was probably the most welcome surprise of all night. After that, we have AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. And I know this is nowhere near a hot take. If anything, it's an Arctic cold take, but why is Logan Paul still here? He's not complete dog ass, I'm not gonna say that, but I just don't think he's all that great either. He's just very middling. And I'm gonna be honest, making this AJ's opponent is a waste of AJ's talent in my opinion. Like, he's one of the best wrestlers to probably ever do it, basically the king of TNA, and you're having him fight Logan Paul? I mean, at least LA Knight last year was someone worthy of his fighting ability. I'm just gonna say, this is a bathroom break match, and I don't even think it's Mania status. The following match was the women's tag match between Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Ira Valkyria and Becky Lynch. To me, this is another bathroom break match. It's okay. I've never really been a fan of Lynch. I do like Liv and Raquel, but this match was just kind of boring. This is yet another match that just isn't Mania status to me. And mind you, the Raw after the fact, they won back the titles anyway, so why was this even here? And after all that, we get, oh boy, the big controversial finish. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. First off, I'm gonna say I'm a big fan of John Cena. He's one of the best of all time in my opinion. And Cody's fine. He's not terrible or anything, but he's a little bland to me. His best feud was with Kevin Owens, where he actually does something interesting, and then he immediately goes back to, "I'm the American Nightmare, guys. My dad is Dusty Rhodes, remember?" Dog, I couldn't give a picometer of a shit who your dad is. Dusty Rhodes is one of the most respectable wrestlers of all time, but does it have to be like the only part of your gimmick at this point? Look, I think Cody was great in the build-up for WrestleMania 40, and even before that. WrestleMania 40 was a great triumph for wrestling in general, and Cody was a great part of that. But in my opinion, he's definitely better as an underdog than he is champion. Safe to say, I was hoping Cena would win because maybe it gives something to, I don't know, do with his character. So, here's a crazy take. I don't think this match is bad. Is it a 10 out of 10? No. But this isn't a world-ending terrible match like some people are acting like it is. Believe it or not, I'm honestly not mad The Rock didn't show up. I feel like that would have taken away from the match. Plus, they already did that for last year's Mania anyway. Now, do I think Travis Scott showing up is the worst part of the match? Yeah, it kind of is. It just kills the momentum, and for what? So Cody can do the Crossroads and Travis Scott? I find it a little bit unnecessary. I do think that everyone way overblows Travis Scott's involvement in this match. Like, yeah, he definitely distracted Cody, but I'll be honest, I have to ask some of these people if we watched the same match. The moment Cody lost is not when Travis Scott came out. He quickly dealt the dude a Crossroads and just left him there. But it was when he refused to hit Cena with the belt. When he's done stuff like that in the past, but he didn't have the balls to hit Cena. Even though he poked Cena in the eye earlier in the match, Cody wasn't weak physically, but instead weak mentally. Now, I do understand that complaints about that, since Cody's already gotten over this with his feud with Kevin Owens. Though, I think I have a kind of solid explanation for this. I think I can just chalk this up to, I think they're trying to play off the whole thing of Cody's a little hesitant to, disrespect his idol and a legend of wrestling, but I don't know, it just kind of comes off a little flimsy and kind of makes him look like a dumbass. But overall, I think the match is okay. I don't think Cena wrestled bad, I just think he was wrestling in a very different way. And Cody is a good wrestler. It's not bad. It's not as bad as, oh, I don't know, Roman Reigns versus Undertaker. Seriously, like, it's not that bad, but it's not that great either. Do I think there's other matches that could have easily been a better main event? Oh, for sure, the CM Punk triple threat or even the Io Sky triple threat, but I think the backlash to this main event is a little overblown. Not completely, but geez, these people act like Triple H skinned their children alive on TV. Seriously, it's not that bad. Overall, this Mania was fine. 40 was a lot better though. It was 2 days straight, and I don't think there were any matches that were boring at all looking back at WrestleMania 40. I think the main problem, though, for a lot of these Manias going forward will be the 2-day format. Because, let's be real, if this Mania was a 1-day, 4 to 5 hour show, I think we'd be speaking a little bit differently on it. But due to the 2-day structure, sometimes we need to have stuff to put in the middle. Hell, if this had just been a 2-3 hour shows, I think it would have been better. So, to answer the question, did they cook? Kinda. It was great in some places and just unengaging in others. Overall, it was fine. And that's all I gotta say. Do you agree with me? Do you not? Let me know in the comments, and hey, try to keep it simple, huh? With all that being said, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, and I'll see you next time.